Okay, so I think we can start now. Also, people are watching on YouTube. So during the Q&A session, we'll be taking questions from here, from Jimit, and also from YouTube. So yeah, I think we can start now.
Perfect. Thanks, Manish. So yeah, I mean,
Sir, can I give a brief introduction before that?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. So good afternoon and welcome everyone. This is Manish Nath from Hex-Star Universe, and I am going to be your host for this session. First of all, I want to thank everyone for taking their time to join us today. And now moving on to our main event. Today's live session is on universe and crypto up till now. And today, to educate us on this topic, we have none other than Mr. Suraj Chawla with us. He is the lead at partnership and research at Router Protocol and Dfyn Network, and a dark matter researcher, and also an astrophysicist. We are really glad to have him here with us today. So without any further ado, I'd like to request Suraj sir to proceed with today's session. Thank you, everyone, and this is all from my side.
Perfect. Thanks, Manish. I will have one request for all of you, that if you can all put your video on, so it will be more nice to see what are you guys up to. And I will like this to be more of an interactive session. Maybe I'll take pauses and take questions or take directions from you all. Okay, so I'll take a small pause, and moderators request you to kind of ask everyone to switch on their video.
So I'm requesting everyone, please turn on your video as per sir has directed. So please, if you can, please turn on your video.
Okay, I'll start. Okay, so let me tell a little bit about myself, guys. I started pretty much where you guys are. Finished my 12th standard, cleared with. I was a very studious kind of a guy, so cleared IIT, BITS Pilani, all this. But I fought with my parents to actually join research. So I joined Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, that is IISCR, in Pune, IISER Pune. There I pursued my bachelor's in science with physics. I also went to Germany for a short while. Then slowly I got into the entrepreneurship side, did lot many things, and out of the many things that I did, I I will highlight the parts which are most relevant for you. I hear the community here is very active in space science and technology. Okay, that's what something Soumyajit and Manish have told me before. So I was part of an incubation program run by Government of India in Pune earlier, and then I came to Bangalore to set up a space tech accelerator. Now, setting up India's first space tech accelerator was a huge mammoth task. Okay, but I was very young. I didn't realize the kind of the magnitude of what I was trying to attempt, and I just kind of came to Bangalore, uh, hoping to meet all the space enthusiasts. Worked on it for almost 1.5, 2 years, uh, and in the process, I got a ex-NASA founder uh, from Singapore who wanted to set up the space tech accelerator with me in Bangalore. So that was a big achievement at that point. I am telling you this because hoping you all are also at some point. आजकल सबको स्टार्टअप करना होता है, ओके, बट वो पूरा एक स्टार्टअप को परफेक्ट बनाने के लिए और ग्रैंड लेवल पे इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए यू नीड अ गुड backing and a good plan. Okay, so all of those components kind of roll slowly in pieces of the puzzle. I got my startup training, or let's say the thick of my core training in Pune. I was with Venture Center, and there I worked with almost 100 startups, coaching them and mentoring them before deciding to come and create my own accelerator program. In Bangalore, again, I was lucky to have a good co-founder very early. Her name was Dr. Bidushi Bhattacharya from NASA. So big credibility to the founding team. And finally, we were pitching the Karnataka government to help us set up this space check accelerator program for many of the budding startups in Bangalore. What did not happen was uh, the the government had a big dependency, a lot of factors. They also tried to get their money from the center, and eventually those funds kind of went to Kerala government, and they created a space check park, and this didn't happen. But my experience with them was super helpful, and that got me. I was actually approached by the Swiss government to run their accelerator program. Okay, it was, when you do something so deep, the way I was approached, one of the Indian guys there who were running, he's like, भाई तुम वो जो वहां कर रहे थे वही आके यहाँ स्विस गवर्नमेंट के लिए कर लो. Okay, so that was a very good point. I ran their deep tech accelerator for some time. And by the way, guys, if any of you don't know Hindi or want me to, just stick to English, please let me know. So that was the point. And since then, I have been working with a lot of crypto and AI startups. Okay. Um, Now, coming to, before I get to the main part of what I want to speak about, I would like to hear a little bit from all of you. Okay, at least those of you who are, willing to share. So, moderators, please, you can start just like in a very brief one or two, or feel free to take three or four lines. Um, just unmute yourself and tell a little bit. Uh, who are you? What is your aspiration? What are you going to do in coming forward in life? Manish, why don't you
So
start? Or yeah, Yash,
I'm
please.
Yash Shah
Yeah.
from first year IT from Mumbai. So
Okay.
never
Is
thought
that your
about
college
this.
name, or where you're working?
No, I'm studying. I'm not working, but
Okay. Okay. And Yash, what are your aspirations?
so I want to study more and research about astronomy and all. That's
Okay.
why I joined.
Perfect. Go ahead. Who's next?
So I am currently a student of engineering, computer science and engineering, and I'm in my third year. And my third year is going to end, and I will be starting fourth year now. So I'm currently working with working for Hex Universe along with my other friends, Shomajit and other co-founders also. So I hope to like my dream is to make this company a bigger, a successful company, turning this and make this a better journey for all of us.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear Shomajit's views too. So
Yeah.
please, Shomajit, if you can, please.
Perfect.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes. Hi, Vani.
Hello, sir. It's really nice to have you in this session, and it was really nice to know about your work, and especially in the accelerator. My name is Vani, and I'm the head of department of aerospace and astrophysics in Hex-Star Universe. And I am currently studying in Chandigarh University, and this is my last semester. My aspiration is, of course, cosmology and astrophysics. I dream to become an astrophysicist, and I dream to work in International Space Station one day, and that's
Wow.
my dream. Yes, sir.
Wish you all the
Very
best.
nice to have you, and we are really looking forward for your about your views and about your knowledge that you will be imparting to us. Thank you so much for having us with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wish you all the best in your journey.
Thank you so much, sir.
So please request you to turn on your mic and please say what are your views and what you want to do and want to achieve in your life. Please share with us.
Okay. So I'll start then in that case.
Yeah, I think others are not interested in sharing their views, so yeah, we can
No
move
problem,
on.
yeah. Everyone is sort
People
of shy.
might be shy.
Yeah. So, but feel free, guys, even if you prefer, you can even drop on the chat. We'll be happy to read who you are and what are your aspirations. My reason to do this is I always check out 2 minutes, okay? Kind of sensing who you are and what are the parts of the talk that might be most relevant to you. Okay, so I am sensing there are people who are ambitious and entrepreneurs here. Okay, Manish, Samyajit, and there are also people who are very interested in the cosmology and the research side of it. Vani and Yash. Okay, I am also reading about Aditya. Perfect. Aditya is also an astrophysics enthusiast. So I'll keep my talk accordingly. Let me kind of plan to have 20 to 30 minutes talk about the universe, and maybe in the second part I'll talk about crypto and more on the entrepreneurship side of it. And feel free to let me know, Manish, if I'm going too long or whatever. Okay. So, and I'll just talk it out, guys. Like no slides or anything. Okay, feel free to jump in. कभी भी पूछ सकते हो. Okay, कुछ में ज़्यादा doubt आया या पूछना है तो. Um, so my story to do astrophysics actually started when I was in my third standard. Okay, and lucky me, I was just watching a Discovery documentation. Discovery was घर पे Discovery देखना was a big discovery for me. They used to have very nice kind of documentaries, and one of them was Hi Aditya, nice to see you. Yeah, and one of them was they were talking about the fundamentals of nature. Okay. So just in one afternoon, it was a Saturday, just like this, I started watching, and we almost kind of all of us knew at that time कि यार the universe is made up of atoms. Okay, molecules are what we use in our daily life, whatever your NaCl salt or your H2O water, these are made up of atoms which you typically don't use generally, except maybe in the air you have hydrogen, but that's also mostly in the form of H2 or whatever. Uh, what was interesting for me, like there was a brief introduction about atoms being formed out of your nucleus and your electrons. Okay. Of course, the theory of this we read much later, I think in 11th, 12th, where we understood more of it. And I think I didn't even understand at that point. Like, I remember even in 11th, 12th, I couldn't grasp why didn't the electron fall back in the nucleus. Okay. That very simple concept of the speed of the centrifugal force keeping you in the orbit was something that was clear to me much later when I was studying for JE. And there were these problems of, you will throw a ball, it will come back, you'll throw it more farther, it will land farther on Earth, and so on, so forth. And if you throw it really fast, it kind of goes into a constant falling path and it comes into an orbit around Earth. So only when I imagined that I was able to understand that concept. Now, um, even sitting there, like I could imagine the nucleus inside that they said, "यार इसके अंदर proton and neutron है." So fine, it is pretty good. Going further, I think now I don't even remember correctly. It has been so long after my whatever. They said, ki, okay, these guys, protons and neutrons, were actually blasted. Okay, because you can't really observe them. Electron, proton, you can still kind of separate it out in labs. But they took really big colliders, one of which is the Large Hadron Collider, and started bombarding them to see कि यार ये बना किस चीज का है, what is it, right? Like I think as a scientist, one of the biggest things that make you curious is what is it, like such a small thing, but is that proton or neutron like a marble? Okay, but when I say marble, I know it's some kind of calcites or sand and all these things. But when you talk of proton, neutron, that question of wo hai kya? What is it's? We know all matter is composed of atoms and then neutrons and protons, but you don't know what is that like. What kind of a material? Like you can't touch or feel it. So that's where the curiosity got me. And luckily in the flow they kind of addressed it that okay, there are these quarks, uh, I think it was quarks and gluons who are making the neutron. So there is a bigger kind of smaller major 12 particles, which compromise all these protons, uh, electrons. I think there is a up quark, there's a down quark. I might be messing it all up, but you guys please do read it. Maybe up quark has a 2 by 3 positive uh, charge. Okay, down quark has a down charge, uh, or maybe minus 1 by 3. And so one up quark and two down quark make a neutron which has a zero charge, and two up quarks and one down quark make a proton, something like that. Okay, it made sense, but the imagination of it got me fully occupied that still when you say charge means what it is, it's like now I'm talking about the nature of charge. Okay, like when you guys, like if you guys perceive something like salt, you can touch it and you can put it in your food and it gives you a salty flavor, right? But
Yes.
charge, you put it somewhere, it gives the fields, but what it is, like can I like can I touch it, or can I, like what is it that is a charge? uh, we like I couldn't feel it, I had no idea, right? I think much later I found out that Maybe like even this charge is coming from a spin. Okay. But even today, I'm not clear what is charge itself. Okay. Does any one of you know like what is a charge, and maybe you want to share, or maybe even your something, because I don't know. Anyone? Okay, but this is something that got me tied up. Okay, I am going a little bit into particle physics more than astrophysics, because you won't believe that these two are closely tied up. Okay, how big is the universe on the spectrum? Okay, that deep is there's also a universe within the atom, within the quark. Okay, the same kind of drive. Okay, and there is a lot of maths, by the way. So both particle physics and astrophysics, for people who want to go into research, you should be either good at math or computational physics, I would say. Anyway, so I was still curious that what is this upwalk? Why? What? How can it be something? Can I break it down and see? So then there was a follow-up documentary where I found out that uh, it could be some strings. The string that was a era of the string theory. Many of you would have known it. So like imagine like a ball which is like a quark, like a marble ball, but it gets that nature of being a ball by a composite of a lot of strings like this, small strings. Again, like very weird. I I will leave that to you, Yash. uh, uh, like even I won't be like, for me right now, a quark is a very similar kind of marble kind of structure, but with different properties. As I said, like a quark has 2 by 3 charge and this charge, but I am not very super clear about it. What is a charge, as you could hear? Um, so, and quarks are what make the neutrons and protons. Okay, quarks are the building blocks of these guys. Um, so again, it was a very difficult thing to imagine. And then again, if you start imagining what is a string, okay, matlab, uh, I will just, yeah, matlab, even if there is one string, even it has to be made out of something. Okay, and we cannot, like, there is no equipment or a tool on this planet, or I think on this universe, to figure out what is a string made of. Okay, quarks we are able to see in large colliders. Okay, like there is a theory, full back theory, and then you do the experiments and then you see some patterns, and then you can say, huh, it was because my theory is this and I observed these kind of patterns, then the guy flowing in this direction, it should be like this up quark. Okay, but the moment you go beyond the quarks, it's just impossible, and string theory is a pure theory. Okay, and that's where the theoretical physics for me in my life started, and it makes up most of the physics. Theoretical physics, it's pure theory. Okay, there are many versions of strings theory. There is a brain world theory. Okay, अब ये लोग बस मतलब ये लोग मतलब everyone has no tool but to just theorize it, build dimensions, build equations, and keep making it complicated. But that's where the buck stops for me. Okay, like I was never able to go deeper, even though my curiosity wanted to. But for me, just kind of building a theoretical model of it, okay, and just kind of debating whether it should have 7 dimensions or 5 dimensions. That was something not my cup of tea. In spite of that, in my third or fourth standard, I ended up writing like a piece of my own theory. I called it Constropolysis Theory, suggesting that the nature of strings uh, have has to be slightly Polish. Okay. Imagine like a pretty smaller than a 10th standard guy kind of saying this. Uh, this was because strings had a problem when they vibrate more. Okay, they tend to lose energy and become smaller. Okay, so I suggested like the balls are an element of the string which don't vibrate. Okay, and they kind of so I made this into a Constropolysis theory, and that time my school teacher, she told there is a international innovation competition. So I said okay. I went back, kind of put it down into a CD, gave that CD to my teacher, and I think she submitted or whatever. Almost 3 to 4 months later, and this was a good feeling, back in the days. There's a big school, there's a big kind of assembly, and you are there, you're called in the assembly, and the principal, she gave me like a proper gold medal. Okay. And that was because from that competition, it was in Kanpur, only my theory had gone to Kanpur. Okay, in the CD, I got a prize of Judges Choice Award in India's first innovation competition. Um, till today, I don't know like वो theory कितना valid or whatever. And I think वो competition maybe first, second, third award था. I didn't remember कि there was a Judges Choice Award, but I can now think कि यार maybe judges को इतना अजीब लगा होगा कि ये कुछ तो है, क्या है नहीं समझ रहा, तो इसको एक अलग ही इसके कैटेगरी का अवार्ड दे दो. Okay, so like obviously like no jury sitting on an innovation competition can tell you whether a, a theory which is helping string theory is good or bad, as I told you all of. So that was like a good point. It gave me confidence, right? This is important because your earlier smaller successes for whoever, whichever path you are going, will kind of set you up for your bigger ambitions. That made me clear कि भाई मुझे तो जाना है एकदम physics ही करना है. Okay, and I was confident to even kind of set aside IIT or BITS Pilani, and then go into research. So this was one part of story. Manish, you wanted to say something, or I don't know. I felt like you wanted to add something.
No, sir, you can continue. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like that was a point. I came and I joined ISER Pune after my 12th. Amazing time, the best time of the life. I was born and brought up in Nagpur, small town, and then Pune in a college. It was a time where brain, in many dimensions, it opens up, staying with your friends and many things. But I could absorb that international research culture. Okay, some of the people who were the professors in my college, they had publications in the top journals, Nature and all, and I could work with them. They were giving me courses to know what kind of a rigor, okay, goes into implementing this. So yeah, that's like a whole direction for all of you. Okay. um, for whoever are the astrophysicist enthusiasts here. Okay. And yeah, that's somewhere research me. When I got deeper, I wanted to pursue astrophysics always. Okay. But I knew I was like always black hole to pata hai, like it's sabko pata hai, everyone, even my dad knew black hole. But I wanted to pursue something that was even lesser known. So I started by actually studying about dark energy. Okay. uh, because dark energy is, as of today, a theoretical construct. Okay, to explain why is our universe expanding. Okay. By the way, how many of you know that our universe is expanding? You can raise your hand or maybe put it in comment or whatever. One, two, three. Okay. So, great, great. Lot of astrophysics enthusiasts. So, as our current model of cosmology tells us, our universe is expanding. Okay. Simply because I measure the distance between me and my some galaxy. Okay. I measure it after some point. It is going further. No, Aditya, I'll tell you, it's because of something else. Um, um, we measure it, and we what people saw is people, all points in our galaxy are going away from each other, all stars, and even the rate at which they are going away from each other is increasing. Okay, so maybe if you come in our universe after maybe 100 million years, we would be much farther apart. Okay, ये by the way एक mystery है of our universe. Okay, कि we are, now देखो ये बहुत deep है. Okay, सबसे पहले we observed कि the galaxies are going away from us. Okay, but we can see that they are at specific distances from us. मान लो closest star is a light year or something away. Okay, uh, if we would have been 100 million years later, which is not a big deal, right? अब तक तो यूनिवर्स की एज 13 billion years है. Correct? Who all know this? What is the age of the universe? Okay. I suppose, yes, Triloki knows it. So 13 billion years is the age of the universe. And यार अगर हम लोग, we are humans in this universe, okay, 13.8 exactly, observing the universe with our telescope and our theories. Okay, by the way, none of this existed 10,000 years ago. Okay, because humans didn't develop a language or any of this. Okay, so forget 10,000 years. अगर 100 million years भी आगे या पीछे होता, ओके, अगर अर्थ पे कंडीशंस अच्छी होती एंड लाइफ जल्दी आ जाते, ह्यूमंस जल्दी आ जाते, और व्हाटएवर इन सम अदर planet or somewhere else, then the stars would have been too far. The universe would have already been expanded so much. Okay, क्योंकि the rate of expansion is also increasing. It's like some pressure कि आप दूर दूर जा रहे हो, और जितना दूर जा रहे हो उस स्पीड से और दूर जा रहे हो. Okay, तो
73 plus minus 1 kilometer per sec per mega per sec है. Recent
the
research
speed
के
of going away.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Great. So now अगर मैं बोलता हूँ साइंस के पहले कॉमन सेंस लगानी चाहिए, right? That's the biggest thing. If you take a universe and you put whatever galaxies, planets, stars, okay, and you keep it, because the only operating force is gravitational force, right? And what is gravitational force? It works as 1 by r square. Okay, matlab it will be weak at distances, but it will be there. Okay, and the closer you come, it will become more. Okay, and or closer matlab your speed of approaching each other will or become very fast. Okay, so leave the universe to itself, and we should actually see a universe which is collapsing. Okay, this is how stars or black holes are formed, that there's a lot of gas, it comes closer, 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 it becomes so close, the pressure and everything goes boom, and you will see a star. And this was a mystery that the universe should be like this. Okay, with the gravitational force, but we are observing it to be expanding. Our observations are not giving us. Then what is it? Who is the guy who is doing it? Okay, that time one of the theoretical astrophysicists, okay, introduced in the equation that Einstein gave, okay, introduced a lambda. Okay, he let this lambda balance out the gravitation. Okay, plus in fact create a negative pressure. Okay, on expansion. Pressure क्या होता है कि होएगा तो दबता है, right? Pressure is by definition it puts you go inside or whatever, right? So negative pressure is uh, wait, let me say it again. Pressure is the more closer you are, the higher the pressure, right? If you take gas and if you compress it, you'll feel higher pressure. You compress it more, you'll feel higher, even higher pressure. But negative pressure is you expand it, the pressure increases. You let it expand further, the pressure increases even more. I'm like, ये क्या चीज है भाई? This is against all my intuition. What that is causing the universe to expand is called dark energy. Okay. As far as I know, no one has discovered what is dark. The reason we understand all matter in the universe, okay, and we know that I can tell it is of this, okay, the level of, but this dark energy has also okay. There were theoretical research we nothing what is it, okay, you know like is it some kind of energy, like a charge? How does it start? People just kind of world. There are some of the biggest groups. When I was in Ayuka, Ayuka is in Pune, University. Yes, great. So when I was there working with Professor Varun Sahni. He's one of the top dark energy researchers of India, dark energy or dark matter, I forget. Built a tool to say कि यार there are already 6 theories of dark energies. Okay, and which one would be best? I'm mixing in there. मेरे को भी I think 10-12 years से ज़्यादा हो गया. But yeah, so this is the problem. I am keeping okay. Okay. By the way, Soumyajit and Manish, do give me the Discord or whatever, wherever your community hangs out. I'll come and join you guys. So I'll be happy to hear and discuss at length with whoever are, the pioneers in the group, all people I can see. So, by the way, to answer you guys, now it was dark energy and it was an unsolved problem to a massive level. Okay. Like even today, there are a lot of theories of dark energy, but I cannot touch it. I cannot pinpoint it. It doesn't interact in a regular way from the regular matter that we know that makes up the universe. This thing blows my mind. This is like, maybe some of you have more better understanding, but this thing till today blows my mind. And moreover, ki it is so unknown ki yaar, I can't even start understanding it. Okay. So I took up a slightly less, yeah, we all wished, but यार डिटेक्ट कैसे करोगे अगर पता ही नहीं वो है क्या? If you want to detect a bomb, someone says there is a bomb in some big Connaught place or something. You take bomb detectors and go. You need to have good understanding of bombs, right? How do I look for something which I have no idea what it is? I only know mathematically it's a negative pressure component. What kind of thing in my known universe I know whose pressure increases as its surface area increases? uh, Someone was saying, right? So this is something you guys, I think you guys are the next generation of researchers. Maybe one of you will become a great, find it out at least. I think it's all about curiosity पहले. जिसको वो पेट में रहता है कि ये जानना है ये क्या है, बाकी काम तो सब बन जाता है. Maths है या there are these big telescopes or bigger hypothesis, whatever. The first step is always understanding, building the curiosity. So now there was a slightly simpler problem. Okay. And actually it was because my prof said कि भाई तू dark energy से better dark matter पे काम कर ले. So I now remember Varun Sahni was actually working on dark matter. So see, this things like this, right? It's also where the opportunities take you. Okay.
Sir,
So
how we will detect dark matters? Like we हमने dark energy को detect नहीं कर पाए तो dark matter को सर कैसे detect किया हमने? मतलब
वही
करने वाले हैं कोई method
वही
वगैरह?
तो यही तो है. बिल्कुल. तो exactly, I'll come there. So I did a project on dark energy in Germany. Okay. When I came back, I couldn't get more dark energy. I couldn't get a prof who was into dark energy. So I took dark matter. ठीक है, ये मिल रहा है, ये ले लेंगे, ये भी अच्छा है. Okay. तो dark matter का different problem क्या था? Here is the problem. Um, uh, there is the sun, ठीक है, and sun के आसपास we can see things revolving. Okay. So the rate at which they are revolving, okay, the planets, right, like you, Earth, Jupiter, all of this, the rate at which they are going around and their mass, you can determine what is the mass at the center. Okay, sounds like a doable problem. मतलब वो जेई वगैरह कर लेंगे, राइट? थोड़ा सा डिफरेंशियल वगैरह लगाना पड़ेगा, कर लेंगे, बट ठीक है, लाइक यू नीड टू take all the mass and integrate it, all that. Okay, so, and like gravitation falls as 1 by r square, right? So the further you go from sun, and even beyond Pluto, I am saying, okay, or forget sun, if you even look at our galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, okay, then you have a lot of items. Okay, um, there's a center of the Milky Way, which is probably a very big black hole, and there are everything going around. Okay, so our solar system is going around. There are many stars going around, and their planetary objects. Okay, and you can measure the speed of every object going around. Okay, so the simple logic tells us the further you go from the center in the Milky Way galaxy, simple, yeah, forget the universe, okay? It's just our galaxy, nice Milky Way, okay? You should see a slowing down of the speed of these people who are orbiting that galaxy, okay? So nice exercise. I think people made a graph and all, okay? Um, what happened is, at the even at the edge of the Milky Way, okay, the speed was not going down. Okay, in fact, thoda edge ke bahar bhi there were some gas clouds or some smaller asteroids or whatever. Okay, even they had very high speeds. Now the problem of this was, for something to rotate so fast around a body, there should be so much of a mass. Okay, the mass is not so much. I can look at all the stars brightness, and I can take some ratio of this would be their mass and everything. I can make an estimate, but the estimate was off by a factor of 10. Okay, कुछ 10, 20, 30% होगा तो मैं समझ भी सकता हूँ यार, मे बी मेरे स्पेक्ट्रोमीटर्स में कुछ गड़बड़ है, और द वे आई एम डूइंग इट, दिस दैट, it was off by a factor of 10. Okay, and this is where science starts. I'm like, पुराने जमाने के pope type लोग will be like, यार हाँ हाँ ऐसा ऐसा whatever. Okay, but the science started there. Okay, so the physics told clearly the mass that needs to be in the center of the galaxy is 10 times more than the mass that is visible. Okay, a visible means, what is this? Like, what is this other mass that is there? Okay, so the research community just named it dark matter. It's matter which is not visible, which is not giving out any electromagnetic radiation in any wavelength. Okay, again, you have the second mystery of the universe here in our call today. Okay, again, there is a type of a matter, okay, which has one known property. Okay, at least it's not as crazy as dark energy. The simple one property of this matter is it has mass, okay, and the other bodies interact with it gravitationally. Okay, but it also has a property that it can't be seen, matlab it's कुछ तो particle या कुछ तो है वो, okay, that it does not emit any light, or it's not a thing like, if there is dark matter, it will not interact with me. We interact. This is there, right? You can pick a stone, okay, because you are a hard object. Why you are hard is because you have atoms which cannot go further close to each other. You're getting it, right? Like, why are we
Yes.
hard like this? It's not that, it's not the hardness. It's, there are spaces, there are a lot of atoms and everything, right? But it's hard because the electromagnetic forces, the charges which I told you, quarks and all, they don't allow you to go close. Like, imagine दो magnet but very powerful. एक point के बाद दो बहुत बड़े magnet, okay? एक point के बाद आप कितना भी force लगा लो, वो आगे जाएंगे ही नहीं. Okay? So that was this, but dark matter, it does not have any charge. It does not have any electromagnetic force only. So it can just go through you. It's matter, but it's going through you. Okay. This is again some weird kind of alien object, non-intuitive. Okay. What it is. So then again, I think I worked with 1.5 years with Professor Varun Sani. Okay. Again, there are a lot of theoretical models of dark matter. Luckily, because it has one known property, we can even measure dark matter. Okay. So on our poles, we have built very huge, heavy water, that is D2O, huge apparatus, that we know it will give a signal if dark matter goes through it. So we can measure it. Okay. That is the first level of validation that we are using. I think even that apparatus costed more than like a lot of billions of dollars. The second level of apparatus will be building something like a triangular fashion across the sun. It's so big that humanity has not constructed something this big till today. It's about setting up three satellites in a triangular fashion across the sun, so as to see the difference between gravitational force and is there any other force that is causing this, and we could probably theoretically say, yeah, that's the dark matter there. Okay. So I will kind of wrap up my astrophysics side of discussion till this point. Take your questions or queries if you have, and then move to more on the crypto and the entrepreneurship side of it.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask why we don't count gravitational force, gravity in the standard model of physics.
यार मेरे को कुछ भी याद नहीं है कि मेरे को अभी ये भी याद नहीं है कि स्टैंडर्ड मॉडल में ग्रेविटी काउंट नहीं करते हैं. तो I probably you'll have to figure it out. How I remember it is, so okay. So the standard model of physics is what describes everything, right? Like electrons, protons, neutrons, these guys made up of quarks,
सिक्स तरह के इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और सिक्स तरह के क्वार्क्स यही होते हैं ना उसमें
electrons
बस.
and quarks,
तो
right?
ग्रेविटी नहीं.
Exactly.
यस सर.
अब जैसे मैं आप लोग को बता रहा था ना कि यार मतलब क्वार्क क्या है, स्ट्रिंग क्या है, मुझे ये बताओ ग्रेविटी क्या है.
सर एक ऐसा वीक फोर्स जो खींचता है, जो अट्रैक्ट करता है, जो सबसे ज्यादा वीकेस्ट फोर्स है.
वानी आप चेक कर लो, गूगल कर लेना. मेरे को भी नहीं पता, बट या प्रॉब्ली एग्जैक्टली जस्ट लाइक चार्ज, charge is a property and charges have electromagnetic force, gravity has a force. Okay, but we have no idea. Again, the standard model of physics says ki everything has a basis. Okay, when we say charges are particles, they create their fields. But gravity, okay, a gravity is not clear if the masses create a field, okay, or first of all, tell me, when we say there is a field, what does that field mean? Okay, matlab, if I have a mass, I am here. Okay, let's imagine a universe all empty and there's just a blob of mass or me. I extend some force till infinity just by being in this universe. That force is highest closest to me, okay, at zero distance, and it falls off as 1 by r square. Okay, this is gravity. But I don't know, like, the standard model has not been able to create a model of gravity the way they have created a model for particles and quarks and so on. This is my understanding. But yeah.
सर एक क्वेश्चन मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे हम यूनिवर्स की एज जानते हैं 14 करोड़ साल, बट हम ये कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं? जैसे डिस्टेंस मैटर लैडर मेथड है, या एलजीएम मेथड है, या रेडफोर्ड मेथड है, ग्रेविटेशनल लेंसिंग है, कौन सा मेथड यूज करके ये हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं?
I think most likely we calculate it using half-life. Not sure. बहुत सारे methods. It's not just one method to calculate that. But uh, let's say any heavy element, okay? Uh, don't take uranium, but imagine some heavy element which has a half-life. Half-life मतलब अगर आप एक कंटेनर में अगर आपने मेरे को प्योर यूरेनियम 235 दिया, ओके, तो after a certain point of it, I will see half of it decayed into maybe uranium, I don't know, maybe 238 and something else, or 226 and something else. Okay, so we see a lot of these bigger elements, okay, and we know for sure कि इसको इतना डिकम्पोज होने में इतना टाइम लगेगा. These are our watches, okay, and when we see कि let's say अगर कोई बड़ा heavy relatively stable element है जिसका decayed isotope will take let's say 1 million years to have 1% concentration, okay, and then we see that in 10% concentration in the galaxy, then we can say ki boss, this galaxy is like 10 million years old, okay, and the same for like the universe. This is one way I'm trying to imagine, but there are, I think, 4 or 5 ways, and all theories kind of, you fit the model and you tell it. Like another way is using the cosmic microwave background, CMB. Okay, uh,
CM,
that is
yeah.
that is a radiation that is left off from Big Bang. Okay, so imagine Big Bang was a big blast, okay, like all radiation, and it spread, doesn't go, right? Whatever that is there, that energy and those kind of neutrons, they can cool down, they can lose their energy, but they will have. So when you look at the entire universe, okay, uh, the background noise that is always there, okay, that is cosmic microwave background radiation, and you can again kind of make it key how long would it have taken for it to cool down? I think by redshifting or whatever, and the number comes out to be whatever 14 crore years.
Yes, sir. Gravitational lensing के through Redford method.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
Sir, आपके
someone
पास
in our
AACS
okay, yeah, continue. I'll ask.
सर आपके पास कोई सॉल्यूशन है AACS के लिए जो Voyager 1 का AACS अभी काम नहीं कर रहा है उसका जो डेटा सेल्फ जनरेट कर रहा है और जिसका कोई सेंस नहीं बन रहा which makes no sense तो उसके लिए कोई सॉल्यूशन है आपके पास एंटीना तो प्लेनेट की तरफ ही है लेकिन उसका AACS काम नहीं कर रहा है तो वो डेटा रिकवर नहीं हो पाएगा तो कोई सॉल्यूशन है आपके पास
मेरे को पता नहीं पहले तो आई हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड प्रॉब्लम ओनली क्या है इसका प्रॉब्लम थोड़ा डिटेल में बताना
सर जो Voyager 1 स्पेसक्राफ्ट है उसका AACS एटीट्यूड एंड एक्यूमुलेशन कंट्रोल सब सिस्टम उसका जो प्लैनेट एंटीना की तरफ जो उसका प्लैनेट की तरफ जो एंटीना होता है वो तो है लेकिन वो डेटा जो वॉयजर है वो ऑटोमेटिकली कुछ जनरेट करके भेज रहा है जो एक्चुअल में वहां पर नहीं है अब जैसे कि वॉयजर 1 2330 करोड़ किलोमीटर दूर है तो अब वहां तो साइंटिस्ट जा नहीं सकते लेकिन फिर यहाँ से कैसे सॉल्यूशन होगा साइंटिस्ट क्या करें इसके कि उस AACS को ठीक किया जाए
देखो अब इसके दो तरीके होते हैं हमेशा या तो ये कुछ भेज रहा है जो इसमें एरर है ठीक है कोई इक्विपमेंट माल फंक्शन हो गया ओके दैट्स एन एरर obviously we can't go over that far the other ways is something that is causing it to behave this way okay just like we saw dark matter and we didn't know so we said it ki chalo let that x thing be let x be dark matter so I think इसका best way is कि यार और एक voyager भेजो okay with a different complementary technology better technology चलो मान लो
वो तो
50
सर
साल बाद
भेज ही रहे हैं
पहुंचेगा हाँ
उसके लिए सर
मतलब जा ही
प्लान है
गया
ना 2036 में भेजेंगे
हाँ एंड अगर उसने भी वहां जाके वही एरर थ्रो किया ओके तो मतलब इट्स समथिंग की विच इज स्पेसिफिक phenomenon that is causing it to send it that way but over to
सर पर ये सॉल्यूशन तो नहीं है ना ये तो फ्यूचर में हो गया वो वॉयजर का
solution
लेटेस्ट
में
वर्जन
पहले
भेजेंगे वो तो बाद की बात
पहले you have to confirm if it's some kind of you have to confirm the discovery right फिर then the theoretical and research scientists will kick in okay what is it ये है okay maybe it's something really maybe there are aliens or whatever so let's go let's plan manned mission to that place ये सब फिर करना पड़ेगा one by one but you guys should like I don't know the solution to all these problems so आप लोग करो like group पे पूरा डालो and discuss करो what you all think it is
यस
Okay, sir. So Andrew 999 in our YouTube chat has asked that entropy is increasing, but what happened? What happens if it suddenly decreases?
चल नहीं रहा दिमाग उस साइड में I'll have to think not so straightforward hey NGO what's its name Angio
Andrew 999.
NGO 998 I'm not sure of your answer boss like maybe we'll connect in the group on Discord or whatever and we can see but I think most of you folks are also pursuing physics and also you can all help out each other basics of entropy and something I'll have to check it
Sir, actually, entropy never decreases according to thermodynamics. So it's very hypothetical, I would say.
And his question is what if it suddenly decreases right so Yeah.
because the entropy is what detects if there is a change. So I don't think it's
या वो
possible so
कांस्टेंट हो
far.
सकती है
Hmm?
या वो कांस्टेंट हो सकती है और प्रैक्टिकली तो पॉसिबल नहीं है
Yeah.
Yes,
So
या तो बढ़
basically,
सकती है, constant हो सकती है.
exactly. तो मतलब if entropy is a measure of randomness, तो अगर मैं चीजों को छोड़ दूं तो वो रैंडम और रैंडम होती जाएंगी. Okay. If it reduces suddenly at a massive level, okay, matlab our understanding of the universe, it's incomplete. Okay, that means there is some factor which is causing the randomness to reduce. Okay, this is, and this is not believe, like not natural to intuition, right? Agar aap deeply socho, only intelligent beings, we tend to make ghar and organize things or whatever. Okay, even life tends to alter its environments in a certain way as to reduce the entropy. Okay, but physics never reduces the entropy. You leave gas molecules or whatever, they'll get more disorderly over time. If they are getting orderly, means there is an external, some physics or some intelligent life which is causing it to reduce its entropy. What is that? Okay, so I think that instead of answering key what will happen, my question is what made it happen when the entropy reduced suddenly.
सो नो आइडिया
Yeah. So, Manish, how do we suggest the next part? Should we like take a quick 5 minutes break and continue, or you suggest timing and all?
Yes, that would be fine. Like we can take 5 minutes break and everyone can recharge themselves, and then we can come back again for the next session.
Does it make sense for all of you? We'll talk about a little bit. I'll keep it brief, not very long. A little bit about crypto and entrepreneurship. Okay, uh, and if needed, we can do another session more fully on that. Okay, hello. We'll take a 5 minutes coffee break. See you 4:15. See you all at 4:20.
Okay, so thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Hi guys.
Yes, sir. So welcome back, and I think we can start the next session.
Yes.
So welcome back, everyone, and we're starting our next session now.
Yes. I've just got my coffee. Yes. I just got my coffee. Hope you guys got yours as well. So, where are most of you based out of? I heard some of you. One, I think Yash is from Mumbai. Soumyajit is based out of Kolkata. Vani is in Mumbai. Okay.
I'm also from Kolkata. So,
Okay. Ahmednagar, Punjab. Okay. Hmm. So next session, किस पे करें? Do you want it more on the entrepreneurship side, or let me start and then I'll gauge. By the way, from the community, who all are interested into crypto or entrepreneurship? Please share. Okay. Soumyajit, I know both interested in both.
I'm also interested in crypto and other things. I'm also, since I'm computer science engineer, studying computer science engineering, so I'm also really interested in entrepreneurship and this side.
Okay. Cool. So I thought of putting entrepreneurship together with crypto. The reason being, one of the number one thing, people are not understanding what is crypto. Okay. जो हो रहा है बड़े लेवल पे, people see that and they tend to think it's good. If it's big, it's good, right? But just like in physics and in particle physics, we kind of question what is this, how is this, everything, right? The same approach has to come in crypto as well. Okay. Uh, the current crypto, or especially the crypto that was there in May, okay, it is a big bubble. Okay. Reason being, you all know there are NFTs, okay, which are being traded at a value which is really high. Okay. Like number one, how crypto kind of did its evolution is Satoshi or Bitcoin was the first one to say कि यार दुनिया में जितना भी पैसा है, okay, it runs because there is an IOU, right? Your note has an IOU where RBI says that if your note, the note is a form of money, right? It could be online or it could be currency. RBI says I owe you 10 rupees if you have that note. Okay. So it's a centralized promise Indian government is making to anyone who has that note in his hand. This has been the history of humanity for over the last 2 to 5,000 years, okay, we had civilizations which said, ki, Maurya Empire, this empire, okay. Earlier they were using gold coins or whatever, but uh, anyone can make a coin, and then it's not easy to trade. Agar if I am giving a 1 gram coin, someone can give me whatever, 0.9 gram or whatever. So the owners of those civilization, if let's say Raja Gupta Maurya is a king there, he said, okay, I'll take the ownership. I will from my treasury have gold coins which are all standard, and I'll give a Maurya Gupta or whatever uh, a stamp on it. Everyone knows this is acceptable and like this. So it was easier in the market for normal people. It was easier to trade with it. You don't have to always check or wait and all that. Okay, and gold coins at some point when in the last 1,000 years or so, okay, there were all these bigger kind of capitalist economies, starting with the Dutch. Okay, by the way, the Dutch ruled the world for 250 years. Okay, then it was Britishers who ruled the world for 250 years. Okay, now last 250 years it is the US that was ruling the economy. Okay, and whenever there is someone who's ruling, the reserve currency of the world is that कोई बात नहीं मनीष, घर में ही तो हैं सब लोग, है ना, कोई बात नहीं. तो whoever is in rule, it's their currency which is in power. Okay, so today we are in US era. Why? Because every trade, it has to happen with some benchmark, right? If India is trading with China or any other nation, we always talk in dollar terms. The global economy is this much trillion dollar. So dollar is that reserve currency for the world. 250 years ago, it was British pound which was the reserve currency. Okay, and because they were the reserve currency, सबको रखनी ही पड़ती थी reserve currency. Okay, and that was the power of that civilization. Okay, today USA is so powerful because everyone, chahe or unchahe, has to keep some reserve currency for global trade. Okay, today let's say Soumyajit says, hey, I will create my currency. Okay, it will have, and he'll go out in the shop and say, take 10 Soumyajit coins. He'll be like, who are you? Right? What backing? He'll be like, I will back, don't worry. Okay, but still people will be uncomfortable taking that. Okay, similarly, on our planet as of today, there are 100 currencies. Okay, India has a rupee, Dubai has a dirham, China has a yuan, Singapore has Singapore dollar. But even then, the most popular of all of them, and by a vast amount, is the US dollar. Okay, this is the era of centralized currencies. Bitcoin or Satoshi was the first one to say, hey, guys, we don't need a central party to say I owe you. Okay, if all of us agree, okay, to some terms, uh, then we can all use that currency. Let's say today the Hex-Star community, okay, decides ki, hey, we can issue a Hex-Star coin. Okay, and this coin is what we'll use for whatever things. Okay, then it has that value. Okay, and Bitcoin did that by using cryptographic signature, proof of work, all of these three technologies he brought: the cryptography, the consensus mechanism, okay, and the kind of mining or verifying. Okay, we can go in deep there another day, but I'll keep that in short. uh, the reason I'm saying this is, most of you, it gets easy to kind of get excited by something and say, yeah, that NFT or that thing. Okay. But I'll always ask you to be, much more rigorous in asking what is the utility of that NFT. Okay. Or what is the NFT itself? It's just a non fungible token. Okay. The non fungibility has a big value if it is of some big thing. Okay, like let's say some big painter makes his paintings into an NFT, that has value. Okay, but if anyone can create anything and make an NFT, uski value kya hui, right? Going forward from NFT, you have a metaverse. Okay, metaverse people are selling plots of land or whatever. Okay, but tell me this, theoretically, and you are all physics guys, the metaverse is infinite, right? I can, because it's a digital construct. Okay, and by the way, one of my partner companies at Router is doing this. Their name is called Metaverse. You can have a metaverse, okay, like a GTA or any kind of construct, which are some of the metaverses that you all have played or known or heard about. Any answers, or anyone from the community? Okay, so whatever that metaverse is, imagine I created this room, uh, or a GTA kind of a game, you imagine. Okay, Grand Theft Auto, GTA Vice City, or San Andreas. You can go inside the, like you can take a cup in that metaverse. Okay, and inside that cup, the moment you go in and zoom in, there can be the whole city again here. Okay, and it's infinitely scalable. In this, inside this cup, there could be a city which has a cup, and again, it's just infinite. How much ever internet bandwidth you have, you can scale it. Okay, even in a standard metaverse, you can scale your x, y, and z axis infinitely. Okay, so the what is then the value of the land in a metaverse when you can sell it infinite? People say, no, 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 yeah, it's limited. It's only 999 plots, let's say. Okay. What do these projects do? If they get successful, okay, let's say they will sell their 999 plots and very good. They'll create another metaverse and say, now I'm creating another. So, this ability of looking at economic trends, understanding user mindsets and markets, okay, is what you have to be very sharp, or if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, or even if you are a general crypto enthusiast. Okay, so how many of you use a MetaMask wallet? And I would like to hear from you if you have specific crypto experience or questions or in entrepreneurship. I can answer that. Nice. Manish, what's your vision for Hex-Star universe? Don't worry, Soumyajit, you'll have lot of ETH, BTC, whatever. Good question, Vani. But like, yeah, like one of like OpenSea could be one of the good places for trading NFTs. Okay. Um, Even they got hacked. Okay, but still they are one of the biggest. So most trustable out of everyone. Okay. Yeah, Manish, why don't you like tell us what's the Hexstar vision and kind of community here as an entrepreneur, as a co-founder, and if you have the crypto angle, I think you have a Manish or Soumyajit, any of you co-founders. Okay, what's the crypto angle here that you're building?
I would ask Shomojit to answer this question.
Okay. Soumyajit? Okay, okay. You want to maybe leave and join again? Sometimes that will be the problem.
Space education and research available for everyone. Like in India, it's not currently like people who are not below, I mean, at the lower economic standard, they are not really, they cannot avail this space education and research thing. So I think our dream is to make it available for everyone, like at every economic standard. So that would be our dream first, and then we can think about others.
Got it. So when you say space education, uh, how are people getting educated in space? Because uh, to me, there is a lot of material out there. Okay, like whatever YouTube videos, papers, and all. And what is then not available is kind of a set of mentors or people who are giving these courses or discussing with students on a regular basis who are growing in that, right? So how do you kind of solve that at a deeper level? No, Swamiji. Okay, perfect. So guys, like now you tell me, okay, all of you are pursuing space, and maybe some of you are going to become entrepreneurs in that as well. The idea, or Somajit, you can mute. There's a slight noise. Uh, So the idea that we want to, the what is a scalable model is, you are like, you all are really talented, okay, and you need to go deeper in certain areas, okay. Be it, Vani is pursuing Vani, Aditya, Yash, Triloki. all of you who are, pursuing kind of astrophysics, you have some good ideas. Okay. So for example, Triloki, I will request to, why not create a video or some slides on, uh, discussing the Voyager um, uh, problem. Okay. And you might, obviously, you can always invite one of the folks from some university to kind of comment on it. Okay. But you don't always need. Okay. What I think the bigger thing would be, even if you are talking about something, putting it out as a blog or a Stack Overflow, you can maybe have a stack, Substack, okay, of all these things. Then that will be more powerful. Whatever your questions are, answers are to build it. And same for entrepreneurship. Before any of you are deciding to, do something, even if you want to build a CubeSat, building it is easy. Maybe, you'll get some recognition. At a young age, you built a CubeSat or something. But I want all of you to, okay, now this is a big part about entrepreneurship. I wanted to tell all of you. Understanding markets at a level where you can understand we are here in the universe. Okay. The reason we chose the title of this talk to be Universe and Crypto up till now is that when you can understand who we have been through in the last 3 crore years of being a life form, okay, only then you can create something really which will be for the humanity or bigger. Okay, you can always create something for yourself कि CubeSat बनाना आता है तो you can maybe join some bigger startup or something based on your skills. But as an entrepreneur, if you want to build something for society, you need to really understand what the society wants. Okay, and to get that what you want. Okay, so you want to build, say, an accelerator program within here. Okay, an accelerator program will need a backing. Okay, right, funds or whatever. But when you say funds, then the funds need a kind of some metrics, some performance that you will build. Okay, say you have a community of 500 folks, out of which there are 5 projects, okay, who are working on something, but then these projects are growing to build. Okay, there'll be like a 6 months process where you are taking and working with these projects to make them into a more refined startup idea that is really unique. Okay, uh, so think in those directions. Okay, I will also try to join the Hex-Star community, and I'm always available. If you guys have anything, we can discuss. Okay, but like a summary, whatever you're building or doing, take this bigger perspective. Like I think Yash or who was it? Where was it? Who said that? Yeah, Triloki was, saying like, Vani. I think all of Vani, Aditya, you all told ki we are a 14 crore year old into existence of this universe. So how can we make an effort to go deeper? Okay, whether into research or into product markets. Okay, that we are creating something really for the next era. Okay, one of the biggest examples are in front of you. Bitcoin. Okay, almost a single man, he created a tech and an adoption that was able to challenge this 1,000 or 2,000 year history of issuing currencies which are centrally backed. Okay. Bitcoin, when it began, everyone was like, it's a scam, this will not survive, this or that. Today, the reason I was telling you about the reserve currency and everything, it has the potential to become the reserve currency for the next 250 years of humanity. That's the power. And it's fully decentralized. Bitcoin doesn't have a CEO, it doesn't even have a co-founder. It's just one person who said, boss, this is what is wrong with our humanity right now. Governments can't be trusted. What if there was a decentralized form of currency? Okay. And he built something. Okay. He put it out there and he let it grow. And in that community, everything was incentivized. The miners, the developers, it was a self-sustaining community. I think the victory of Bitcoin was not that today its prices or market cap is this much, but it could grow without a CEO or a co-founder. It's so powerful, so powerful. That means the idea was so powerful that it could grow, it could have an adoption. Okay, that is what So I am, by the way, I am right now working as the head of partnerships at Router Protocol. We have our token also. A Router is building cross chain infrastructure. I work with a lot of projects, crypto projects, and I am always looking out for people who are entrepreneurial or building communities, or they want to do something good for the universe. Okay, so uh, there to kind of help you out, and if you guys are also interested, happy to kind of work, build smaller clusters. I think I'll be working more closely maybe with Soumya Jeet and Manish. Okay, and then you guys are obviously in touch with them, and we'll see going forward from there what all more ideas or things we can do to build it together. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, guys, I think that's it from my end. Thanks a lot for your time. If you have any final questions or anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll also be on Discord, or I'll share my coordinates with you all.
Thank you, sir, for sharing such wonderful knowledges with us. And I think I'm really helped by this session. I think everyone else
Thank
also
you, sir.
are really helped.
Thank
So
you.
if anyone else have any question, please ask your questions right now.
Sir, I have a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
So what if the amount of dark energy, like in coming few decades, it's increased to such an extent near our planet Earth? So what are the potential effects that it could cause to our planet?
We don't know. Theoretically, it cannot accumulate so much near something. Okay. It's something, even dark energy and dark matter, both are very dilute at a smaller level. Like, planet, you see, it's something very solid, right? Gases are
Yes, sir.
dispersed. So, dark matter, dark energy is even more dispersed. You can't touch or feel it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, that's why its effects are observed at a much bigger level. Okay. But simply because I don't know the nature of it, okay, dark matter is flowing through me right now and all of you. Okay, it is flowing through Earth in big quantities because it keeps moving around. Okay, so we don't know if it has effects.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else, if you have any question, please ask Sarah right now. That would be really helpful.
If not, I'll have a final thanks to the moderators, Manish and Soumyajit. And
Well, since no one have any other questions, so lastly, before later ending the session, I'd love to request everyone, please turn on your camera once so that we can take pictures of this for our memory purpose. And
yeah. Okay. So
okay, so we have taken the pictures. And lastly, before leaving, everyone, please fill up the feedback form that has been shared in the chat. And you'll also get the certificate. Those who will fill up the feedback form, they will only get the certificate for this session. Thank you, sir, before ending this session. And we are really, I mean, it really helped us a lot this session, and it was a really great session. Thank you, sir.
thank you, guys. Have a great day, great weekend. Take care. Bye bye.
Same to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.